Cover your eyes!
We've all been young and dumb and at some point made some poor decisions in life. And for most of us, a simple talking to was enough to adjust our behavior. But not this young man, because he ultimately ends up barricading inside of a car. And instead of a small talking to, he ends up getting arrested and his window obliterated with one of these.
See this? We are going to break your window.
Because I ran it.
I told you we have furtive movement. We are searching this vehicle.
I'm telling you.
You want me to break the passenger seat?
He slow rolled me, reached out the center console.
Listen up. I know he's told you several times. He will break the window and you will be dragged out of this car and placed into custody. Okay? Has he been told he's under arrest?
If he doesn't get out of this car, he will be.
I have a challenge with the positioning of the officers because you'll hear me mention this, and I've mentioned this many times. The crossfire situation is very, very apparent here, and I'm having a challenge with the fact that there's not really a lot of control. The positioning of the officer in the front window, the positioning of the officer on the passenger side, this configuration is not the most ideal.
How many times has he told you to get out of the car?
I can't.
How many times have you told him to get out of the car?
10.
10? All right.
Get out of this vehicle right now.
If you're not going to get out, this is your last warning.
I already gave you my
You will be under arrest if you don't exit the vehicle.
There's no reason for me to
No.
arrest me.
Huh?
Okay, look right here. The passenger side officer is telling the driver's side officer to unlock the door. The passenger sees this, and you're going to see how he reacts.
Okay.
All right, now you're under arrest. Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're under arrest. Get out of the
You're
car.
under arrest. Get
I'm
out.
trying to open my door.
I-
That's not fair. Come on.
You've been warned 4 times. You are under arrest. Step out of the car.
Dude, I'm telling you, once I open this car, you guys will just get a jump. That's it. That ain't it.
You're under arrest. You're going in handcuffs. That's a guarantee.
Obstructing.
100%.
I want to ask why.
Because he told you to get out of the car. You're not
Is there
cooperating.
any proof?
He can ask you to get out of the car. Your window is going to be broken. This is not being discussed any further.
Listen, I'm not playing these
Hold on.
games.
Ready?
Yeah, right here.
Cover your eyes.
Come on.
You're under arrest. Get your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Keep your head down just like that. Don't move. Been told several times you're under arrest.
I've done all this. Go ahead, stand up.
You've been warned. You were warned how many times?
This is a wrecking tool. Some of you may or may not have seen these. A lot of times law enforcement officers carry devices similar to this so that they can extract people from cars in emergencies. A car flips over. Sometimes it takes a while for FD to get there. At the end, I'm going to do some commentary specifically for law enforcement, but please stick around because for law enforcement people, I want to talk about the utilization of this tool for that entry.
I mean, I don't know how many times he's got to be told.
Hey, I was with you.
Oh.
Over a pond? Really? Over a pond?
Not even really an arrestable offense.
Stephen A. Smith says it. Lay off the man.
I hope he's got something else worthwhile. Yeah, why would you kneel on a seat with glass?
Just push him out.
Oh, okay. We really didn't.
I'm not worried about it.
We didn't need that.
It's the principle. If we're using force on someone and forcing them out of the car, they're getting forced out.
So this is an incredible interaction between what I believe is the sergeant and the officer about kneeling on the glass and forcible entry. I talked about the configuration of the officers, but again, towards the end, I'm going to get more into my specific thoughts about that.
How old is this guy?
18, I think. What, 18?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. I'm just trying to actually talk to you as a man and as a human, and not like a police official role, and maybe try to smooth this over just a little bit here.
Bro, just ask the guy with the ID.
Okay, I don't need to know your name then. That's fine. I'm trying to talk to you really quick because you seem like you want to know what's going on. So, just so you know, none of us care about whatsoever. Okay.
Sure.
So, the only thing that we care about is there's a Supreme Court case. You can look it up. It's called Pennsylvania versus Mims or Maryland versus Wilson. Those two cases cite that if an officer asks a passenger or driver of a car to exit the car, they 100% have to, no matter what. Okay? So, literally, if you would have stepped out of the car and we would have found this palm, whatever, you would have been on your way with 0 consequences. Okay? Like, that's just what I want you to understand. Okay? We don't care about you smoking or whatever, but when you force our hand with a Supreme Court case, that's why it rises to this level of breaking your window, okay? So in the future, if you get in this circumstance again, it's not the actual items that were the issue, it was that we have a Supreme Court case that authorizes what we can do, and I know you kind of want to argue while you're sitting in the car because that feels like a safe spot, but after a while, we're bound by that Supreme Court case, and that's why it happened the way that it did, okay? Can you understand that?
Yeah.
I have some challenges with this explanation by the officer. While legally he's right, the Pennsylvania versus Mims case addresses the driver having to step out for officer safety, and the Maryland and Wilson case, that case is referencing to the passenger stepping out for officer safety. It's not just on a whim, I want you to get out of the car. The officer said something interesting. He said, we don't care about weed. Now, he said it's not an arrestable offense, but I don't know if it's a citable offense or if a jurisdiction nearby. You can't really speak for every single officer. You can speak for maybe yourself or what your sergeant has made the edict for your squad. But then what happens is you get these guys, they'll say, well, this other officer told me that you guys don't care about, and then he's blazing out wherever he wants to with. And I get why he's doing it, but you just got to be careful to make a unilateral statement that all officers are cool with that.
So in the future, if you're not carrying around a loaded, or if it's just step out, okay? Ain't the biggest deal in the world.
All right.
And I'm trying to talk to you as a man, not try to be a dickhead to you, all right?
All right, that's cool.
All right. You want to tell me your name now?
I mean, honestly, bro, after that, you can just still look at my ID, bro.
Okay. All right.
All of that being super nice, and it still didn't get him the information that he wanted. And again, we don't care about some, but what if it's 2 pounds of? Again, you just got to be really careful when you make those kind of blanket statements and unilaterally speak for all police.
Step out. Damn, bro, how am I going to really step out, bro?
Anything I need in there just on the road, and that would be the perfect time to tell them. So it's not a felony when you get in there, alright? Understand that? Anything they missed? Anything like the littlest thing would be like that. Okay.
When I was 18 years old, I was in the Marine Corps, shipped off to foreign countries. I can never imagine myself barricading inside of a police car. And according to these officers, because I'm trying to hide a... I'm not saying that I'm better than this person, but it's just really, really baffling that a young person at this age is willing to barricade over wanting to hide this. We know that the officer spoke about the fact that he was getting that obstructing charge. Can he also tack on the charge for finding the inside of the car? Possibly, but this is going to really challenge this young man's record right from the start. Now, for the law enforcement officers that are watching, the officers did not seem super fluid in their way that they addressed this. It seemed like they were making a plan as this was going on. And sometimes you do have to do that, but I know defense attorneys contact me frequently and I speak to them. My goal here is to share some information that may be helpful for law enforcement going forward. My first question, how many times have you trained with an actual vehicle breaching within the last year? If it's not documented, and many times, you're setting yourself up for liability. Sergeants, take your squad to a scrapyard or a junkyard where there are vehicles that are going to be junked. Stack up on the vehicle. Utilize whatever tool you think is within your department policy and safely breach the vehicle and train this stuff so that you're really not versed on how to handle a situation like this. And I'm not saying that these guys didn't look like they knew what they were doing, but it definitely appeared that they were figuring out as they go. And I bet if they had to answer that question, how many times they trained that specific thing in the last year, I don't know that it would be many times. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content like this. Subscribe.